Hello everybody, and welcome back to part 34 of our Long Dark Wintermute series. In today's episode, we need to go find a bunch of missing people. I have just slept off the night. It's a lovely morning, I assume, and the only issue I have noticed is we don't have a whole lot of food. So we'll need to get some of that if the opportunity presents itself. But, assuming it's decent outside, then I think we will go ahead and try and find our way to where we need to be going, which is not that way. We need to be going this way. Alright, onwards. You know, despite me having pretty darn good clothes at this point in the game, it is, in fact, pretty cold outside. We will prevail nonetheless, but it's just something to be aware of. So, there is a little house right over here, and unfortunately the door is locked. But I just kind of saw it right on my way and thought I'd give it a try. To no avail, unfortunately. Alright, we have crossed the little region here. Perseverance Wilds. Perseverance Mills. Alright, what do we got? Oh. That does in fact look pretty wild. Hopefully there are some structures around here. Found this little car right here. Unfortunately, the only thing in it were some flare shells, which, hey, better than nothing for sure, but... Oh, that's a wolf. Right, so I've returned to Cooper's Blind to specifically grab a few of these because we were in a little bit over our head, I feel like. So, with some wood, we might be able to deal with this. But first, I'm going to warm up for a little bit. I'm also going to grab a little bit of the rifle ammo. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. Alright, we've returned. It's midday, we're not as cold, this is good. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to try and go up this direction, and up through here, hopefully, and hopefully there will be some stuff up here. These kind of looks like boulders or something, or at least houses of some sort. So hopefully there is civilization up in this area, because there ain't nothing much down here. We are about to crest this big hill here, which really looked like a pathway of some sort. Oh, shoot. Man, if we had cover... That looks like a cabin right there. Right in this area. Okay. Well, if we had cover, maybe I could harvest this guy for meat. So the issue is, we have bare hands. And that's not going to work. So luckily all I used was a book on this. So that's not too bad. Take a torch from that. Alright, let's go to that cabin. So I got attacked by a wolf, but I also noticed there's another cabin right down here. Yes, this cabin has a noisemaker and a marine flare. Not bad if I do say so myself. So the issue here is that there's a moose right over there. And also it looks like there's a dead wolf or dead deer carcass right over there. So that could be useful too. Interesting. I'm in no position to take that guy down right now. Ooh, but this place is nice. We got a wolf right there. That's not so nice, but we got the rose hips here. We got lichen over there. That's pretty nice. And luckily for us, we are warm inside, and we have some food. So, this is actually pretty cozy. Oh, and a fireplace. Nice. So this here is the exact location of the cabin that we're in, just for reference. Alright, I'm going for the lichen over here. And I'm not afraid to shoot this wolf, which it looks like I probably will. I did not actually have to shoot the wolf, I just kind of went up there and crouched, and that was that. Easy peasy. Now we'll just grab those rose hips and then set up camp inside. So, while this does provide shelter, it does not provide much shelter. We are barely barely warm enough. But hey, it's enough to keep the frostbite off, and we have all this wood and stuff now. So, worst case scenario, we can use some of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, drop down our bedroll here. Boom. And I'm gonna sleep for an hour. We'll see what that does for us in terms of our warmth. The good news is the bearskin bedrolls are very good, and they provide lots of warmth. So, if after an hour we are fully warmed up, or at least close to it, if there's enough sunlight out, which looks like there is, I might be able to move on and continue my journey. I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm also bringing one book with me, just in case I need to start another fire. Even though I do have, let's see, I have sticks here too, just in case we need them. So I'm gonna try and make my way on up this direction. Hopefully I won't regret that. And then if that works out well, we can loop our way back around this way on our way home. The road should be pretty easy. And who knows, there might be something in here too. I don't know. Alright, let's do it. I would love to harvest that carcass that's over there that the moose killed, I guess. But unfortunately, I have no tools with me such that would allow me to do that. I don't have any knives. I don't have anything like that. No hatchet, no knives. For now. Maybe I'll find it out in this map. We'll see. Despite it snowing right now, it's actually relatively warm outside, which means this is a great time to be traversing the terrain anyway. Try to look over this little ridge right here, see if I can see anything, but I don't see much of interest, so we'll just continue on this way, I suppose. Despite having walked a long distance so far, we are not very encumbered and we're not very tired yet. And even if we were, I have the coffee, so that would definitely help. This is good. What is this over here? There's another dead wolf right here. What killed this thing? I don't seem to be able to harvest it either. Huh, that's weird. It was like he was just walking and then just dead. However, we got the crow feather. That's huge, actually. The crow feathers are pretty awesome because they let us craft arrows for a bow and arrow. Now, I don't know if we'll get the opportunity to actually make a bow and arrow in this episode. We'll see. But if we do, we now have a feather, and those can actually be somewhat difficult to obtain. It's kind of a matter of convenience. Oh, there's a cave. That's huge. There's a cave right here. I'm looking at something in the corner of my screen over there. I think that's a doe, and that's a buck. Interesting. Anyway, the cave. Unfortunately, here in the depths of the cave, we are still not warm enough to actually survive. Unfortunate. Have another storm lantern, though. That's pretty cool. Can never have enough storm lanterns. If anything, we can harvest them for fuel. Now, can I salvage this? Let's find out. You can harvest one of these bad boys for 10 cloth. That's pretty big, so I will be keeping it with me. We're still not encumbered yet, despite having lots of coal and lots of everything, so this is actually a pretty big find. I'm confident we're not going to freeze, and that's probably the biggest battle out here. Second biggest might be food, but I'm not super worried about it. I think we'll be able to skim by. I just really wish we'd be able to find a hatchet or something like that, something that would allow us to harvest all these carcasses out here. But interestingly enough, there seems to be a lot of deer out here, so if we ever need to go hunting, this looks like the place to be. It is probably around 4 p.m. inside the game. We're at half health right now, and our cold meter is going down very slowly. But that's okay. Right now is a great time to be traveling, simply because of how slow the cold is going down. As you can see in the distance, right in there, there is a waterfall. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to try and make it to this little hill right up here, see if I can see anything interesting off into the valley. So, it looks like there's some cabins over there, along with a fishing hut and a bunch of wolves. That's what I see so far. Yeah, and right down here there's a broken house. Very cool. Up here, I don't really see much, other than those cabins in the broken house. I'm gonna go check right back in this area, and we'll just verify there's nothing going on. Since it's so nice outside and the cold is going down very slowly, I might as well just walk over here and explore while I can. It's not looking like there's much down here. One thing is for sure, this map's definitely feels bigger than actual Perseverance Mills City. There's just not much in it. It's just lots of terrain, lots of geography, lots of sites and things to hunt and resources to get, but other than that, there's just not much out here so far anyway. It might be fun to go fishing over in that fishing hut at some point. Might be pretty cool. Looks like there might be something up behind the waterfall. The terminal outflow. Interesting. Got ourselves a little backpack here with some socks, and there is my encumberment. These socks are actually a lot better than the wool socks we're wearing, so we'll go ahead and we'll wear these. Very good. Good finds.
I can imagine getting lost and freezing to death in the night. But this... what the hell happened here?
I mean, I'm guessing he froze. Also, some of these ice caps are kind of floating. Alright, anyway, we have found one missing. We have found the missing patient in Perseverance Mills. It's very good. Always gotta check behind the waterfall, guys. Always. So I just found this random scarf and stuff.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Interesting. Wonder if that's part of the beach combing mechanic, like does stuff wash up here? I don't know, that's cool. Also, there is a lookout tower in the distance there. Good to know. Let's see if we can sneak our way past these walls. Inspect the broken structure. So I just noticed there is an arrow stuck in the ground on this target over here. There you go.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Simple arrow. I don't see any more in that target. I see what looks like a broken one right down here. Oh, there's a bunch. Broken arrow, simple arrow, all kinds of arrows. Alright, this was definitely worth it. Oh, wow, there's way more arrows. Alright, that was huge. Big arrows. What's this? There's a bow. There's a bow here. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, this place was definitely worth it. There's also cattails over there. Cattails might be good to have. Maybe work our way over here, grab a few on our way. Alrighty, I was able to harvest 5 cattails. And that's pretty good. Alright, we have made it to these cabins here. Can we actually go in them? Yes, it looks like we can. Alright, and there's actually a little workstation right here. That is pretty sick. Got the crunchy stuff. Alright, let's see. I'm going to grab a few more cattails while we're out here because they do respawn. They take forever to respawn, but they do eventually respawn. And there's also some picnic tables over here that I want to check out because, again, the weather's quite nice. I'd be a fool not to while it's nice. We have discovered Mindful Basin. Pretty sick. So, there's a snare. And I think that's about it. Not bad. Okay. Well, let's check out the cabins, shall we? Oh. There's also, apparently, and you can't really see it here, but there is a hook and line here on the workbench. Which is pretty cool, because now, once we assemble that, we will actually be able to fish. Yay! Alrighty. Cabin number 1, there's a little bit of food, there's some papers. I'm not quite seeing a whole lot of good stuff in here, but hey, there is at least a bed. We like beds. Okay, let's check out cabin number 2. There might be a rifle spawn here too, if we were more lucky. Let's check out number 2. For the record, I'll go through and loot these places a little bit off camera, but I'm just trying to get an overview, see if there's anything particularly awesome on the inside that just stands out. We've got a note. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. And some work boots under there. And this one has the big bed. Alright, we'll be back. We'll be back for Mr. Note here. Alrighty. And the last cabin. This cabin looks rather messed up. Everything's kind of fallen over, and there's some dog food. Because of course there is. Stacks of papers. Yeah, not much going on in here. Alright, well, I'll loot around a little bit and... Oh, revolver ammo. That's pretty good. Anyway, I'll loot and report back. And there's a magnifying glass down here. Interesting. Not that that'll be much use for us, but there is one. You know, this seems like the kind of place you would find a hatchet, but unfortunately I don't think there is one. Let's see. Alright, so that piece of paper that we found, it's Gustavo P. talking about how he wants to get away. He keeps hearing voices. Being out here is not helping, so he wants to go behind the waterfall where he can relax, because apparently that's where he used to relax as a child. However, that explains it. That is the guy that we found behind the waterfall. I guess that explains how he met his demise. Well, I have successfully looted the place, and there is not much going on, other than just newsprint and cloth and just other things that I can salvage. So, I think now that there is apparently a blizzard going on, nice, I think now would be a great opportunity for me to do just that as the sun goes down. Harvest a lot of stuff and maybe eat some food and drink some water. So I'll be back after I've done some of that. Alrighty, it is a new morning outside. We're feeling good. I went and I scrapped a whole bunch of stuff, and so because of that, and because of how well rested we are and well fed and all that stuff, I think it's just well fed actually, but anyway, because of that, we can actually hold more stuff now. So that's pretty awesome. I went ahead and broke down the spear too, and I also crafted a fishing tackle. So, with that in mind, we can actually use this if we wanted to. But today, I think we need to go look at that lookout tower. That seems like a good idea to me. Right. So there's all the wolves out there, and I will mention that that little house, the little fishing hut, the fishing hut does have a door. I don't know, it might be possible to get in there without aggroing the wolves. I don't know, doubtful. But I do kind of want to see what's in there. I think the best way to do this would be to shoot this guy. Just like that. And now that everyone is busy freaking out, I can make my escape into the fishing hut. Yeah, right. What do we got? Close that door. Alrighty. The fishing hut was definitely not worth it. Mainly on account of the fishing hole is full, which is just not quite ideal. But where's all the wolves at? There's one over there. Alright, so let's sneakily avoid the wolves. Grab some more cattails while we're here, and the wolves are gone. So there's some wolves over there. Those are the same ones that I scared off. I've amassed quite the cattail quantity. So now I'm just trying to find my way over to where I can get up to the lookout tower without, like, dying and hurting myself. Or getting attacked by wolves, too. Given that there are birds up here. Yeah, run. Run faster. Alright, can I... Yeah, it's frozen, man. I need a hatchet. Maybe this place will have a hatchet. I was going to say, given that there's birds there, there might be a dead body. Which there was a dead body, just not a human body. Are these Timberwolves? No, it's just normal wolves. We can't get up here, I don't think. And there's reishi mushrooms over there. That's pretty sick. I need some of those. Sounds like he can't get up here. Just Close that. Alright, show me the loot. We got anything really good? There's a pot. Underwhelming. So it looks like the options are Astrid's jacket, which is pretty solid, or the down vest, which is pretty trash. So all in all, this little lookout tower was kind of a bust, which is depressing. Also, we didn't find any people here. Oh, but there are revolver shells. That's pretty cool. Guess I get some ammo. Yay. Go ahead and harvest this. It'll take 20 minutes. That'll give time for the wolf to go away, hopefully. And then we'll be all set. So, we'll be all set for what, you ask? Well, probably going across and maybe like in here. Surely there's something over in this area. Let's try that. I fear I'm gonna have to kill this guy. But I just have so much ammo that I'm not sure that'll be much of a problem. Well, he'll go bleed out. That's okay. Less wolves. So, as you can see, there are in fact some reishi mushrooms here. Reishi mushrooms are some of the best ones in the game. They are my Oh!
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. No kidding. Also some lichen over there. I'll go grab that momentarily. I'm going to take those logs that I got and put them at the base of this little lookout tower here, because I already have a lot of logs. I don't really need more, I don't think. Unfortunately, I brought some from home, and I don't need those. Definitely do not need those at this point. So, you know, those can wait here, and maybe I'll need them at some point in the future. But if not, that's honestly probably okay. More lichen over here. Going to go ahead and drop the shell casing. We probably do not need that. I was looking out over the ridge here at these ravens in the air, and there looks to be a dead deer, dead doe of some sort down there. Not worth my time. It's probably pretty ravaged anyway. Even though I have a hatchet for it now. I'm also doing okay in the food department, so I'm not super pressed to find more food. At this point, I'm just kind of wandering around, hoping that I can find some of these people. It occurs to me we never read the wet paper here. Nothing will stop the voices going to go deeper somehow. Weigh myself down where they can't find me, where it's cold enough and dark enough. That was our boy, who died behind the waterfall. As we can see, he's going clinically insane. Also, I just realized, look at that one mountain rock pile in front of us up there. It just protrudes up from the ground. It's just kind of by itself. Like a big butte? But I think it's called a butte, sticking out of the ground. Interesting. So we can see there's a bridge and a little dock here. And then I can't quite see if there's anything interesting on this side. There's a pickup truck. Maybe a few other cars in the distance. Oh, and a backpack in the back. Definitely looks like a nice way to go that way. But we are not here to go that way. We are here to cross the river. I'm trying to see if I can see any cool buildings in the distance across the river. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing much. Other than I think that was a wolf over there. On our side. Okay. Parka in the trunk. Not every day you find the parka in the trunk. So we went ahead and equipped the parka automatically. That's pretty solid. We are warm as heck right now. Faulty crossing. Well, guess we're not getting back that way. That's fine. It looks like there's another way across right over there somewhere. Pretty cool. Well, there's a wolf right down there, eating what I assume is a bunny. And that's about all I see. Huh. Okay. I seem to see some broken houses down there. Oh, and this guy. You know, I'm really happy that I grabbed all that pistol ammo. Hit that guy directly in the head. Heard the crunch of it, too. It is getting a little bit late in the day, and I am extremely encumbered, so it might be time for me to start trying to find my way back to the other side of the map, if possible. Back to our little home base area where I can depot a bunch of stuff, and then tomorrow we can set back out and explore over here. Might be a better use of our time. Looking around the little cabin here, it's just a little backpack, some flare shells, a couple matches, and some food so far. Ah. And some arrows. We love arrows. And a flare and some fire logs. I don't need the fire logs, unfortunately. I got plenty of those. Well, this looks really sketchy. I'm not sure I'm meant to get across this. I don't think I am. I'm not sure how to get back across. Stinky. I'll tell you, man, you shoot these guys and they don't back off. Flying through ammo with them. As you can see, I killed one right up there. But hey, over time that guy will also go bleed out now. So I need to try and find a place for shelter, because I don't think I can actually get back. I'm not sure how to return to the other side of the map at this point. But that's fine. I have tons of resources with me. I just need some shelter, and I'm sure there's some shelter somewhere on this side of the map. I just need to find it and hunker down before I get too tired, because if I get attacked by a wolf or something, and I'm this tired, that could be a predicament for sure, so hopefully that just doesn't happen. On the bright side, we do not have to worry about the cold right now. We are warm. This is very ideal. So there's wolf prints here of a wolf that's been bleeding. But also, this seems to be the end of the road. Not much going on here at the end of the road. I think there's literally nothing here. Okay. It's also worth mentioning, all of these cars that have their hoods open, I'm not opening the hoods. I don't care about batteries. Those things weigh a ton. And I don't have any reason to carry them around. So, they're all already open when I find them. Which that just might be the way things are in this map. I don't know. Or it could be a bug. I mean, you never know. This is pretty early in the development of, this is one of the first patches they released for this, episode 5. Looks like we got some deer on up this way. That's always a good sign. Except for that wolf right down there. That's usually a bad sign. You know, we'll just let him chow down. That's okay. We don't need to beef with him right now. You know, I say that, but there might be some stuff down here. A little bit of something, it looks like. Oh, that's a dead body, actually.
Brought them way out here.
I guess he doesn't want the smoke. That's okay. Distress pistol?
I've seen hypothermia do weird things to people, but this feels like something different.
Oh, is this our police guy? This is the chief. Yeah. Alright, well, we will load our last bullet now. And we will continue inspecting this direction, even though the wolf is up here. I don't think we actually hit the wolf. That's what I get for trying to hit him in the head. I should have just shot him in the body and called it good. Oh, I'm dumb. It's okay. I think I see this little This little business here is how I'm supposed to get back across. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't try to make that jump on the bridge back there because that wouldn't have worked. They want me to go this way. Let me finish exploring right back here first. I don't think there's much back there, so we will cross and then work our way. I suppose we could make it all the way back up there, but it might just be faster if we just go back to Perseverance Mills. You know, I think that's what we'll do. Hitbox is trying to be weird. I don't support weird hitboxes. Easy peasy, guys. That's how you do it right there. It's a pretty intense wind that we're dealing with, but despite the wind, we're actually doing pretty good in terms of warmth. When we're sheltered like this, we're warming up, so it's relatively warm outside. There are rose hips everywhere in this map. Like, I don't know how many I have. I have 128. That is more than we're probably ever going to need, honestly. Looks like there's a little derelict cabin right down here. Maybe we can check that out. It looks like there's a fire barrel down here. Oh, and a little bed in here. Honestly, we might be able to just sleep here for the night. All this stuff is pretty close to the entrance of the map, so we can swing by and grab it on our way back. Ooh, and there's a knife. It's pretty big. Yeah, I'll go ahead, start the fire up, get this place going. Okay, I've dropped a couple things that I don't need. I pretty much emptied my inventory of all the garbage that I don't need and that I don't want to carry with me. So next I need to go do a bunch of crafting and prepare my inventory for stuff. Okie dokie, I have gone and prepared a bunch of stuff. So now I think would be a good time to light up the fire. We're still not cold. It's a pretty peaceful night. It's pretty good right now. So, by the power of the fire logs that we had and some of the coal, we have a pretty big and powerful fire. So, with that, we will be able to sleep for quite a while. Alrighty. New day. New me. We have a wide array of stuff. We got the reishi tea, the rose hips, lichen. We got so much medicine, and oh yeah, and we had a little bit of fire left over. So I'm doing what the pros do, and taking the fire with me, and just like that, we will be back later. The wolves don't like to attack you when you have the torches like this, and when you run out of durability on a single torch, you can throw it onto the ground and use the remainder of its embers to light your next torch without expending another match. So, pretty cool. I have a ton of these now. So I'm trying to develop a plan. I'm thinking if we go maybe through the ravine here, maybe we'll find something we haven't found yet. Potentially. For context, we have found the missing patient and the constables. Now we just need to find a missing person. So, here's a wolf. I think I might be able to demonstrate how this works. He can get close, but he won't actually attack. He'll get real close like this. And this might be risky, but I'm pretty sure you can just throw it at this guy. Yeah, that scares him off like that. Then we grab another torch. We can light our next torch. That's how you do it. Pretty sick. You just kind of need to throw the torch right in front of their face. Don't throw it on them, don't throw it behind them, don't hit them with it. You just kind of need to throw it in front of them. Also, that wolf seems to not understand the concept of a car, so when I come out of the car, he did not know I was there. Nice. Okay, so this here is the fork in the road. I don't think we've ever fully been this direction, so let us change that. And that's the bridge. Okay, so we do want to go this way. So there is something over here. Oh, what? Cave entrance. That wasn't there before. I just started walking over here and it's like cave entrance. Also, check out this dough. We can actually harvest it now. Oh wow, they got new animations. I forgot about that. Anyway, we could harvest it now if we wanted to, but unfortunately I don't really want to right now. There's other food options I have if I need. This cave isn't particularly warm either, but we have some accelerant, some matches, an actual knife, bedroll. Unfortunately, it is occurring to me that there is this whole thing all the way down here. There's a good chance there's going to be another person down here. So I might want to actually start backtracking now. Okay, here we go. It's going to be a long walk. Lots of unfortunate circumstances today. So I swang back by here and grabbed some more of our fire logs, just in case we need them. The only really suboptimal thing that can happen right now is if the wind really picks up, it can actually blow out our torch, in which case we are torchless for the time being. So hopefully that just doesn't happen. So there seems to be another little broken house right down here. This might be... I think this is the one we already explored. That being said, now that we are passing that, we are approaching the actual river itself. Very exciting. Dude, that lichen is very high up. There's no way I'm actually going to be able to reach this. Oh wow, I can. That's crazy. Look at the spooky valley entrance that we're going into. Terrifying. We have our subtle little flame illuminating the ground below us. How cinematic. I love this game. We're up to 26 cattails, which is somewhere in the ballpark of like 3,000, 3,500 calories, somewhere around there, which is a lot of calories. I'm telling you, man, these, if you just stop and just grab each one you see that's on your path, you can get a lot of food really quick, and it's really light food too, like it doesn't weigh much, so you can really save you in a pinch. That's why I keep grabbing it. Looks like we have a little backpack right here, along with my cattail energy bar.
I'll take it.
Some climbing socks, another knife. I'll take the knives. I like knives. Wow, we are just egregiously encumbered. We're at 90 over 77 right now. I think it's those fire logs that I have. How many? Yeah, the 8 pounds of fire logs is really putting a dent in our weight right now. Oh, shoot. I was not expecting this. And to boot, I did not bring one of the good flares. Just think about this. Alright. Easy peasy. Unfortunately, I think my torch is burnt out. Man, those guys are scary. I didn't know they were on this map. So the Timberwolves are still scared, which is very good. But this lake is actually pretty big. There's a fishing hut over there, and there's this building right up here. Some sort of civilization, I guess, which is good. This is Doubter's Retreat. Looks like a pretty big place. Lots of wood all around. This is very good. You know, while it is relatively nice outside, I'm actually going to sneak my way around back here and just kidding, I'll sneak my way around front here and I will explore the fishing hut while we're out here real quick. So it's interesting, this fishing hut is not built like the others. It's actually a pretty cool looking one. Wonder if it has special fish. I don't think now's the time to find out, unfortunately. Wow, I'm impressed. This little room literally had nothing. That sucks. Also, I have not found a body yet, which also kind of sucks. Alright, in we go.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Got a marine flare, that's awfully convenient. Some cloth around here. I'm just trying to see if anything sticks out. Looks like the place is pretty beat up. Use trapdoor. Okay, there's a basement. Oh. Well, well, well. What do we have here?
Frozen in place. How does this happen?
Well, I'll tell you how it
Getting
happens.
these bodies back to Larson's clinic. An autopsy's the only way I'll get answers I need. Well, that's not what I would have expected, honestly. Larson was clearly onto something, based on his notes and the questions he was asking. And those other bodies, the other missing people he mentioned in his notes from months ago. But how do they connect to these new bodies? What I can't figure out is that there's no obvious external cause of death. Nothing you'd have expected. No predation. No obvious injuries. If not for... I'd have said something maybe like a heart attack or hypothermic hallucination, but... this body, it's like the others in Larson's notes. This person died with water in their lungs. Salt water. They drowned. It makes no sense.
Astrid?
Over here, Jane.
There you are.
I found some of the missing people.
Any of them still alive?
Unfortunately,
Okay. And
I just completed an autopsy. And what I found... well... it doesn't make sense.
does it have anything to do with what's going on with Freya?
I can't be sure. But until I know more, just stay close to her, okay?
A friend is with her right now.
Go to her. Stay with her. Don't let her out of your sight.
Astrid, you're scaring me.
There's just too much about this situation that doesn't make sense.
You sound like you know what's going on.
I don't. But I'm starting to build a theory.
Well, while you do that, can you check in on Terry?
Terry?
Yeah, our local DJ. He's really just a kid from the city, but he's been running a radio station from the old hut outside of town.
Wait, is this the conspiracy guy?
So you've heard of him. Some people in Cooper's mentioned they hadn't heard from him in a couple of days. They're worried, and Terry's the one broadcasting the quarantine message. So if we want anyone to hear it and come to help...
I get it. No message, no help. I'll take a look.
Be careful, Astrid.
Get back to Freya. I'll be fine.
Really, be careful. I don't know what we'd do without your help.
Well, we are back in town. Okay, well, what I'm going to do in next episode, I think I need to quickly run back. We're going to loot that cabin again, the one that we just got teleported back from. We'll go there, we'll loot it, grab our stuff, and did I grab that marine flare? Oof, I did not. That sucks. Alright, well, we're going to have to go back. We're going to have to kill wolves, we're going to have to probably deal with some timber wolves, but I want to loot that building, just so that I can say we've looted it. And then I need to grab all of our stuff that we have there, and bring it back here, which shouldn't be hard. There's not a whole lot of wolves on the way, it's more just a matter of walking from there to here while holding, 100 pounds of stuff. That'll be a short thing next episode, probably. Short for y'all. Probably pretty long for me, actually, but first I'll probably go depot all of this. Yeah, let's go do that. Wow, I just realized that is a lot of matches. With 40 and 40. Jeez. Alright, and with that I have placed a lot of things away, but the ultimate bottom line here is this is what we will be keeping in our pocketses. We have a lot of knives. We have 2 hunting knives and this little improvised knife right here. We also have a lot of fire logs and a lot of coal. So, with all of this stuff, I think we'll be quite set, and in the beginning of next episode, we will be in a good position to go ahead and run across the map and loot a bunch of stuff, and then bring it all back, hopefully. Currently, it's pretty nice outside too, so if that weather persists, then I think I know exactly what we'll be doing in the beginning of next episode. So, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more, see how the story ends and all that, then go ahead and subscribe. And I think that'll just about do it. Thank you all. Peace out, guys.